Hey guys, welcome back to Ebike Random Adventures. Today we're taking a look at this moped-style electric bike. This is the TST R002. This bike's been out for a little while, guys. This thing is already proven, tested, reliable bike. This is a bike that is on my list of bikes that I would definitely recommend at this price point because of the features you get, the amount of power you get, the styling of the bike, the long bench seat with the extra seat. This is just a good little bike, guys. You get hydraulic brakes on this thing. It does have 1,500 watts in the rear. This bike can take you up to 32 miles per hour. I've tested a similar version. It took me up to 29 miles per hour. I do weigh 220 pounds. One thing you're going to find out when you ride this bike is it does have a lot of torque. This thing comes in at 90 Newton meters of torque, guys. That's a lot of torque for a small bike like this. This thing can really get moving. It can just about pick up the front tire, and that is one of the reasons this bike has a 450-pound weight limit. This one comes with a 48-volt, 15-amp-hour battery, guys. They do say it has Samsung cells, and they do have a claimed range of up to 65 miles. Of course, that's going to be on the lowest pedal assist level, guys, putting in a lot of your own pedaling. I typically see somewhere closer to between 20 and 30 miles of electric-only range out of these bikes, guys, because I don't do a whole lot of pedaling on these moped-style bikes. I typically just ride it with the throttle. The minimum seat height on the bike is 31.4 inches, so they do say the bike can fit riders from 5'2" up to 6'4". I think smaller riders can definitely ride this bike. I think if you are 6'4", you can ride this bike also, but you're probably not going to be able to do a whole lot of pedaling at that size. I am 6 foot tall with 32-inch inseams. Let me show you how I fit on the bike. Pretty easy to step over. I do have about 2 or 3 inches below me as I stand flat-footed here, so somebody smaller than me can definitely ride the bike, especially if you get up on your tippy toes. Let me sit down here and check out our little pedaling situation here. It's actually not that bad, guys, for me at 6 foot tall with 32-inch inseams. Who are we kidding? I'm not pedaling this bike anyhow. This is a full suspension e-bike, guys. You do get the shock spring underneath the back seat here. It is a little bit on the stiffer side, so it can definitely support some heavier riders. And you do get the dual crown fork suspension up front. There are no adjustments on that front fork, but it does feel like it's kind of tuned to like a medium level of suspension. I'll tell you one feature I really love about these bikes. These things can do like full lock over turning all the way side to side. And they do have this tiny little wheelbase. You can just turn these bikes around right where you're sitting. And I think that's an awesome feature of this bike. This one only does give you 20 miles per hour out of the box. You do have to do an unlock procedure. Stick around a little bit, and I will show you how to unlock this bike a little bit later. Let me bring you in here a little bit closer, take a look at these features. Starting in the front, guys, here's your 20x4-inch fat tires. They are branded Compass. They say 30 TPI, wire bead. You do get a kind of a lighter knobby tread pattern on them. You get mag wheels on this one. You're not going to have to adjust any spokes. These are super easy to clean, very sturdy. The bike does have plastic fenders. Here's your dual crown fork suspension in the front. No adjustments on that. You do get a headlight up front with the single beam and the halo ring around it. Let's take a look at the frame, guys. Here's your cool orange color. This is actually a split frame, guys. You do have to assemble this rear portion of the frame, and you do have to put the seat on this bike when you get it. Here's the crankset, guys. It does have the double-sided chain guard. This will help you keep your chain on. It will also help keep your leg from getting injured on the sprocket. It does have some medium-length crank arms. You do get metal pedals on this one. They have nice bearings. Back in the rear, you get the Shimano Tourney TZ derailleur, and you do get the 7 Shimano gears. Here's your 48-volt, 15-amp-hour battery. It does have the little power level indication up top. Press and hold that, lights up. You get an on-off switch on this one. This is your charging port. It does take the 5mm style charger. There is a key slot on the other side, so you can remove this battery. You do get the Core-Ride hydraulic brakes on this one. This is a good set of brakes, guys. They do come with 180mm rotors. You get the same setup in the rear. There's the rear brakes and the kickstand. The bike actually did come with a nice set of pegs to install right here. I didn't install them, but you can if you want to ride with a passenger. Here's a look at the numbers on your 1500-watt hub drive motor. Here's a look at the seat, guys. It is kind of narrow in the front and gets wider as you go towards the back. It is pretty thick and has some nice padding. This feels pretty good. You do get a nice little seat pad back here in the rear if you want to ride with a kid on the back of your seat or something like that. In the back, you get a tail light, a flashing brake light, and you do get turn signals. Those turn signals seem to cancel on their own after a few seconds. Up here on the handlebars, you do get rounded hand grips on this one. These are your Core-Ride hydraulic brake levers. These feel great in the hand. This bike does have a very simplified control panel, guys. You just do plus and minus for your pedal assist levels. There are 5 levels of pedal assist. You get a headlight switch, you get a power button and an information button. If you double tap the plus or minus, you will turn on your turn signals. You can double tap to turn them back off, or they will self-cancel. You do get a little flashing indicator up here for your turn signal. The display has 2 colors, blue and white, but everything here is very easy to read. This is your battery level, your pedal assist level, large mile per hour reading. Down here you get trip and odometer. Over on the right side you get your Shimano gear shifter for your 7 gears. The rear brake is over here on the right side. Alright, let's take this little TST moped out for a ride. Alright, let's try to pedal this bike with no power at all. Pedal assist 0. I'm in gear 2. It's actually not half bad, guys. This bike only weighs 71 or 72 pounds. I did forget to mention that. So yeah, this bike is pedalable. All right, let's see what pedal assist 1 gives us. Going up to about 8. Let's try 2. About 11. Pedal assist 3. About 14, 15. Let's try 4. Cuts us off at 18. And then out of the box, you're going to get 20 miles per hour out of the bike. I do need to get in here and unlock it, so let me recall how to do that. It's giving us 21 out of the box here. All right, guys, to unlock this bike, I'm going to need both my hands here. You need to press plus and minus and the power button all at the same time while holding the brake. So it's kind of a little bit of gymnastics, but let's do that. Hold the brake, press all 3. When it comes up, you'll get the flashing line. Then press the plus and minus button. Get to the P1, cycle through the headlight button until you get to the P3. Change this 0 to a 1. There you go. Change the 0 to a 1 by pressing the plus. All right, now the bike should be fully unlocked. Let me power it off and power it back on. There you go. Max speed, 28. So a little bit of a process there, but not too bad. All right, guys, I'm gonna turn around right here. We are on pedal assist 5. Stop right here and do this hill climb. See how the bike does. I'm gonna do throttle only on this one. Let's go. It's got strong acceleration. Dropping down, 17, 18, all right. So the bike is a good strong hill climber, guys. It did identical to a 1500 watt bike that I tested just yesterday. So yeah, right on par with 1500 watts. About 17, 18 miles an hour up the hill. When we get up to the radar gun, we will check the top speed. One of my tires is not quite seated all the way properly. I don't have time to do it at the moment, so I got a little bit of a little bounce going on. When you put air in your tires, you got to make sure that bead is seated fully all the way around, otherwise you can get a little vibration. Sometimes when you ride it a little bit, it straightens out. Normally I pump them up to about 10 psi, take it out and ride it, let the tire get seated, and then I will take them up all the way to full pressure. So, but yeah. These short winter days, we just run out of daylight so fast. I'm a night owl person, so I'm not usually up in the morning, so I got to do all my work in the afternoon. That's why you see a lot of sunsets on this channel. Overall, guys, this is a really nimble, fun to ride little bike. You just gotta love the way it handles. You can just lean it way over. Nice and light. I'll show you again, one of my very favorite features of this bike is some bikes you can't even turn around in a lane. This bike can turn around in its own length. You can literally turn around right where you're sitting with this bike. It's got really hard lock over on these handlebars. This bike does have the thumb throttle over on the left side. I prefer it to be on the right side because I am left-handed, so I like to be able to throttle along with my right thumb and mess with my phone and stuff that you're not supposed to be doing while riding. But yeah, it does look like you could transfer the throttle over to the right side though. There's plenty of space over here on the right. A lot of the bikes put the thumb throttle on the left side because they have that rapid shifter that mounts underneath the gear shifter down here. But this one has the regular 7-speed shifter, so it does look like you could fit that throttle right over here. I might try that later. On the e-bikes, I also like to have the throttle and the brake control all on one side because the rear brake is on the right side for an e-bike. So for this e-bike, we missed our turn. I mean, we missed our brake pull, so I got to turn around. All right, guys, let's get this thing up to about 20. Then we're We're gonna pull these brakes, and you better hang on, because these is a good set of brakes, guys. There's 20. We will pull them at the end of this pavement here. Wow, that is probably the shortest braking distance that I've seen yet. Holy cow, these Core Ride brakes, man, they're a good, nice set of brakes. So if you're looking for a bike with good hydraulic brakes, this one has them. It's definitely gonna be getting dark out here shortly, guys, but I want to get this video out. You know, it is holiday season and people are looking at these bikes and they want to know what this thing can do, so. That little girl always flies by on that JCL bike. It's pretty funny. She's so small, that thing probably goes 40 miles an hour with her on it. She was riding right with the traffic. All right, let's start this GPS app. See what we register. Just gonna put it in my pocket. Gonna get just a little aerodynamic here. All right, it's showing me 28 on the onboard. GPS also registered 28. So that's what the bike can do with me on it, guys, 28 miles per hour. Legit speed. These bikes do have a claim top speed of 32, so if you are a little bit lighter than 220 pounds, you very well may achieve that 32 miles per hour, but with a big rider like me, I'm getting a steady 28 out of it. Not too bad, not too bad. I typically cruise right here anyhow around 20 miles an hour. It's kind of my favorite speed for just cruising on an e-bike. Get a little bit of range. You can still hear yourself think. Let's go do a little bit of off-roading, guys, and then I will put some miles on the bike. It's gonna be dark, but I'm gonna ride it anyhow. Give a little bit of a range test. This thing is comfortable right now. Off these bumps. That felt really nice when I rode down that. Let's take it down here. Just gotta love the size of this bike, man. You can literally just sling this thing around. The torque level is very sufficient here. Press and hold, you get the light indication. Pretty bright light, I can tell that already, even though it's not fully dark out here yet. Let's go. This thing's comfortable. Suspension feels good. It's tuned right for this trail riding. See, I got a little sideways there because these dried leaves, so be careful of that. You can totally spin this thing around, so keep that in mind. Big bumps, big bumps. Got a little knockout of the headlight on the big bump. Kind of fun though, being able to sling this thing around. This bike's just a lot of fun, guys. Let me see if I can cross the creek and get up the hill here. This is a really good torque test for these bikes because this is uphill, tall grass, kind of soggy over here. It's bringing us up. I would equate this little hill right here with this tall grass to riding in the sand or something. It's just tough. but it's not too tough for the TST. We made it up here, guys. The little bike brought us up. This thing is fun, man. I can't believe how you can just sling this thing around in a circle. Talk about fun. It's that short wheelbase. Gotta love it. While this off-roading is not good for your battery range, it is a lot of fun. So overall, guys, this thing is pretty awesome to ride off-road. It's way too much fun. It doesn't have like rip your face off power. I mean, this is not a 5,000 watt bike or something. This is a 1,500 watt bike, but it does have surprisingly good torque. It can get up the hills like this, bring you up. Couple things. I mean, I wish it had cruise control. It doesn't. You got to use your thumb throttle. It's a moped bike. Pedaling it is kind of useless, really. Maybe you can use the pedaling, I don't know, help you get up a couple of really steep hills if you need to put in a little bit of your own pedaling torque. Other than that, I just ride this thing electric only, guys. Hit some speed bumps, floats over. The seat feels good. You can sit way back like I'm doing now. You can sit way forward. We did go through quite a bit of battery doing the off-roading and the high-speed testing and stuff like that. So, but we'll see what we end up with. It's a 15 amp hour battery. It's not the biggest battery ever. It's kind of a medium-sized e-bike battery. So it just depends how you ride, what kind of range you're gonna get. Of course, if you want that long range, you better just slow on down, man. You better bring it down here. 10 or 15 miles an hour. You could get some really long range out of the bike. But that's just not how I ride, so. All right, guys, I'll be back in a little bit after I run some miles. Give you my final thoughts on the bike. All right, rolling back into my area here. Let me show you what I've done so far for range. I have put 21 miles on this ride, and I am sitting at 2 battery bars left. It hasn't dropped down to 1 battery bar at all, so it's a strong 2 battery bars. So it's looking like I'm going to be able to get at least 30 miles of range out of this bike, even the way we rode it today with the off-roading, the high-speed runs, me being 220 pounds. So if you are a lighter rider, or you just ride this thing on like pedal assist 3 or something like that, you are easily going to be able to get between 30, 40 miles of range out of this bike. Pretty impressive, guys. And the other thing that really impressed me on this ride, 21 miles is a pretty long ride on the e-bike, guys. The seat was very comfortable. I didn't have any pain at all. I didn't really even have to stand up off the seat or anything like that. It's just an overall comfortable ride with the suspension and the nice seat setup. It's a fun little bike, guys. The thing looks great. It's got really good hydraulic brakes. You can sling it around. It's a very maneuverable bike. So there's a lot of upsides to this bike. There's a couple small downsides that aren't really that big of a deal. It doesn't have cruise control. Also, as far as I can tell here, the bike does not have a horn, but you could easily add a horn or a bell to it if you need that. Bottom line, guys, the TST R002 is a super awesome little bike for the features that you get on this one, for the price of it. The thing looks super cool. If this is the bike for you, I will put the link for this bike in the description below the video. Please hit like and subscribe to the channel for more e-bike and scooter content like this. I really appreciate you guys watching. I'll catch you in the next one.